Alright, fuckers and fuckettes, what we gonna do tonight is we gonna talk shit about kids now versus then. You know, I mean, I was obviously a kid in a different generation than what we have today, and I mean, I don't like it. It looks fucking horrible, but I can kind of see the point of these kids that wear their pants down around their ankles and shit, and these long ass boxer shorts, and call themselves gangsters. You know, I can't see how them little fuckers are gonna run from the police. I mean, if they're gangsters, sooner or later they're gonna have to run from the police. If they wearing that shit, they got their fucking waistband down around their goddamn knees, how the hell are they gonna run from the police? I don't understand that shit. You know, these kids ain't the brightest, but you know, back in the day, you know, we had blue jeans and t-shirts, and that was our rebellious attire, and, well, especially t-shirts that said something. Preferably the funnier the better. Which was often somewhat obnoxious. I think, thank God I was in my 30s when them Big Johnson t-shirts came out. Can you imagine me as a little kid with them? And you know, kids these days, I mean, they don't seem to have ever played outside. I mean, it's like, I'm amazed that none of them have ever just waded out in the grass flats or wandered up and down, you know, up to their knees in water in the creek or some shit. I really, truly, that amazes me that they never went outside, never explored. Most of them don't even know their own neighborhoods. Man, we used to walk all over the place. You know, hell, we knew everybody for 8-9 farms away in any direction. And we had to go a lot further between places. But, and yes, it's true, we did. We all walked 20 miles. We didn't have them fancy school buses, and we didn't have mommy and daddy and soccer mommies dropping us off at school and shit. We had to walk 20 miles uphill, both directions, in the snow, blizzard, the entire school season, both semesters, every fucking year. Yeah, that shit's a big fucking lie, but goddamn it, we say it anyway. Oh. And these days, kids these days, you see them on the beach, and it's like they're amazed that there's plants floating in the water with them. I don't think most of them ever actually go off of the beach and into the water. The few of them you do, they're usually about waist deep, and that's it. You know, we used to have races and shit up to the docks and back. Generally lost, but at least I didn't come in last very often. You know, now I understand there's all kind of laws to where kids can't do it, but kids these days don't ever know the joy of just wandering in the creek with a mason jar and some kind of bait, be it fish food, flake food, whatever, that you pinched off in a mason jar and caught you some little fish in and took them home, raised them up in your aquarium. I mean, they got laws against that shit now. I understand that, but man, hell, when we was kids, we would have done it anyway. Oh. You ain't saying nothing over there. Come on, contribute. I know you got some good shit.
Well, I think it's incredible the communication issues that kids have now. They don't do anything without putting it on Facebook or something. Heck, when we were kids, if we didn't see each other and tell each other, we didn't know.
That's it. I mean, they're wired for sound, these little fuckers these days. Got voice and video chat into PlayStations and Xboxes and computers and phones now too. I got that shit in my phone, voice and video.
And if we wanted music when we were out walking, we had to carry some big ass boom box.
Yeah, now they got these little itty bitty ass damn iPods and they're louder and better sounding than our boom boxes ever were.
Yep.
You don't feel the bass though. It doesn't
Nope.
rattle your shoulder like that big fucking boom box up there with
Yep.
8 D-cell batteries in the damn thing. I had one we used to plug it in on. We used to plug it in when we were setting turrets. We used to plug it into an old D8 cat dozer battery.
Yeah.
No, it was off of a D9. But we just drained it out, put that fresh acid in it. We never bought batteries for that damn radio for a couple of years. I don't think we hardly ever charged the damn thing either. That's another thing, you know, in my generation when we was kids these days, I don't know what's wrong with them, but in my generation when we was kids, if something was broken anyway, we'd take it apart and see how it was made and see maybe could we fix it, or kids these days, they'll just throw the whole damn thing out and won't even try and fix it. I don't get it. I really don't. I mean, that was one of the major parts of growing up for me, was the curiosity, the fun, the, I don't know, you kind of want to say wonderment, but not really, but just the learning, the
Exploration.
yeah, there you go.
Experience.
There you go. Because, like I said, if something was broke anyway and we took it apart and we did figure out a way to fix it, well, hell, we did good. Maybe we got something that we like to mess with or whatever. And if we didn't fix it, well, at least we knew what not to do the next time.
And as often as not, we ended up with something that we weren't starting out to build.
Yeah.
But it all worked.
Hydrogen-powered golf cart, hydrogen rockets. That was evil how I did that. I was like 11 years old.
Yeah.
And I got 50% hydrogen peroxide. And I distilled it down to 90%. Didn't distill it down, separated it, but you know what I mean.
Yeah. Well, kids can watch that on their internet now. They don't need to go out and do it.
Yeah, that's another thing. I mean, these kids be ratting themselves out and shit, you know. They'll be doing all kind of criminal activities and putting it on the internet where anyone can see the shit. And I mean, their phone will be geolocating them, and they know this shit. They know it by heart, and they do it anyway. And it's like, damn, the fuck? We knew better than to rat ourselves out when we was kids. You know, until a couple of years ago, nobody that knew me knew that I was the Rick Green Dye kid. See, in 3rd grade, I snuck into the teacher's washroom. And I put Rick Green Dye in that little squeezy soap dispenser, and I made sure that shit was mixed up. And them teachers come out of there with, and I had the sense to wear a glove and let it get the Rick Green Dye on it when I was testing the shit too, and that glove made it into the trash. But we had teachers with green all over their face. We had a female gym teacher with green up between her legs, and she had shorts on, and yeah. Until a couple of years ago, nobody ever knew that that was me. We were that closed-mouthed about it, and I don't get it with these kids these days, why they do that shit.
And a lot of it's so stupid too, like that one kid that was playing with a gun on the video, like he's Mr. Bad Guy, and then all of a sudden it accidentally discharges, and he's just, oh my God, my mom's gonna kill me. Yeah, I do. Whip his ass good.
Yeah, but you can't whip them anymore.
I know, that's a big problem today.
Yeah, because if you could still whip them, I mean, they wouldn't be a problem. Well, yeah, they would.
Let's go off the deep. Yeah, I don't think there was ever a problem with corporal punishment. As long as it was the parent doing it.
Mm-hmm. Well, or
Within
principal.
reason.
Principal could give you swats with that fucking paddle.
Oh yeah, but.
And yeah, I took them swats a lot more often than I took detention. In fact, I took them swats every fucking time, because if you took them swats, they wouldn't call you parents neither.
Yeah, the principal had a paddle with, big wooden paddle with holes drilled in it. At the school I went to in middle school. When I got introduced to the paddle.
Oh no, dude had a piece of clear Lexan acrylic, about that thick, shaped like a boat paddle, about that long.
Yeah.
No holes in it. Damn, that motherfucker hurt. But you didn't get time to sneak in the damn bathroom and stuff some toilet paper down in your pants to protect your ass neither.
Yep. And it wasn't just a swat either. You bent over and grabbed your ankle and got a good ass whooping.
Nah, he made you grab the desk.
Yeah. We had to grab our ankles. But you know, I lived through it and learned from it. And
yeah, and whatever it was you took them swats for doing, you know, you didn't do that again, or if you did, you just did it in a way that you didn't get caught.
yep. Part of that learning curve.
Yeah. And you know, they teach these kids these days about bullying. You know, they teach them fucking this bullshit about go snitch a motherfucker out. I mean, well, hell, when I was a kid, if somebody snitched us out, that motherfucker was getting their ass whooped every goddamn time we saw him after that. That's just how it worked.
Yep.
You know, and as far as bullies were concerned, we just, if you stood up to them, hell, usually most of them, 9 out of 10 bullies, you hit them one time, they curl up in a ball like a little bitch. You know, we was taught by our grandparents and our uncles and our dads that, hey, look, go for the throat, go for the nuts, knock their knees out, do what you got to do. Just put them down and get it over with.
Yep.
Or at least make them think twice about coming back for a second round, and that's all it takes with that 10th bully. Make that fucker think twice about coming back for a second round. And by God, teach them don't go out and start no shit neither. That's what we was taught. We was taught, hey, don't start no shit, but if something comes your way and you stuck with it, you ain't got no fucking choice. Go out of your way to avoid it. We was always taught that. But we was also taught, you know, hey, the best way to deal with a bully is just go on ahead and let them try and don't do nothing until they take a swing. That's what we was taught. And kids these days, well, you know, you see the ones, you know, the gangbangers, and it's like you'll have 1 or 2 badasses in the whole group, and a bunch of them that they're just tagging along with the 1 or 2 badasses to see what the fuck, hey, what's these crazy motherfuckers gonna do next?
Yeah.
And really, I mean, the gang thing isn't all that impressive because, I mean, it's more impressive we were taught to stand on our own, one-on-one, and if our buddy was fighting, we was taught, hey, circle the fight, keep anybody else from getting into it, don't stop it unless it looks like somebody's gonna die. Keep everybody else out. Never understood the gang mentality because I was raised the way I was, so.
Yeah, what's that drive-by shooting shit?
Yeah, I mean, and they never hit anybody.
Except innocent bystander. So the rule is, don't be an innocent bystander. Carry.
Well, a lot of these states will let you open carry now, but I don't think they can carry a handgun until they're 21, can they? Can they do it at 18?
The gangbangers do.
Yeah, they do it at 13 and 14. I was talking about legally.
Yep. Yeah, I think they can get a rifle at 18.
Yeah. Yeah, I think you gotta be 21 for a handgun in most states.
Yeah. So good, I guess if there's anything to say about this whole discussion that we just wandered through is get out there and live your life. You can live it any way you want, but you can only live it once. So get out there and take full advantage of it. Break away from the TV, turn off the computer, put your cell phone down. You get out there and live life, because there's a lot of things out there to do, a lot of places to go, and a lot of people to meet. And a lot of them are real good people.
And remember, if you don't know where to go or what to do, the best place to go is whichever direction your front wheel's pointing. We'll holler at y'all fuckers and fuckheads later.